We get asked a lot what spatial design is because it sounds like a really sort of broad term. And what spatial design encapsulates is traditional practices such as interior architecture. It also incorporates landscape design and urban design. We look at exhibition and performance and temporary structures. So spatial design is about an approach to spaces and environments. We always consider things from the way it would be to experience it within your body. Well, when I and we refer to digital spaces, we are talking about everything that exists on the internet and then the possibilities within virtual reality. I think that increasingly this idea of mixed reality, so the movement between the physical space that we all inhabit with our bodies and then the spaces that we can inhabit through these kinds of technologies and the points that they meet. And then also video and other time-based media as well. So students in their first year of spatial design would be introduced to the core concepts and ideas that spatial design covers. Lots of students don't know what that is when they come to spatial design, and we work with them to unpack what that means. So students will learn technical drawing skills and video editing and also rendering software. You don't need to know anything when you come to the course. We will help you to learn all of that. Students will also be introduced to concepts of light and materiality and the importance of sight and understanding the social and cultural and historical context of the spaces that we work in. In the first year of spatial design, and then also in some part in the second year too, we are equipping students with all of the tools and the skills that they need to create and imagine and represent spaces. And then as you progress in the degree and in the third and fourth year, you're able to branch out and explore the things that you're most interested and passionate about. In our briefs and our projects, we work with students so that they can respond to the brief in whichever way they feel most drawn to. And so sometimes that could be that they design a piece of furniture or a costume or a temporary installation. And all of these things are approached from the position of a spatial practice, so considering how it exists in space and how it is encountered by the people who it is made for. Students who study spatial design have the opportunity to do internships, and those internships are sometimes with staff members. We had a group of students who interned with Stuart Foster and the team who put together the New Zealand exhibition for the Prague Quadrennial of Performance Design in Space in 2019, and those students actually travelled to Prague and put together an exhibition that was viewed by hundreds of thousands of people. Over the course of their study at Massey and spatial design, students have access to a wide range of facilities and software. We look at projection design and lighting design and some beautiful purpose-built spaces. We also teach students a range of rendering programs so that they can create essentially photorealistic images of the spaces that they are designing. And we also have very beautiful studios that we've just moved back into, and the studio space is really important for us because it means that we can prototype ideas at one-to-one scale, that students are able to create something and actually be inside of it and see how it feels, which is a really important part of their learning. And we work really closely with students in a studio environment, so lots of one-on-one time or time in small groups. We get to know our students really well, we know everybody's name, and the benefit of this is that we can work with them to develop what their spatial practice is. One of the most incredible things about the spatial design program is the breadth of careers that our graduates go on to have. We have students who work in more traditional areas such as interior architecture practices, but we also have students who work in exhibition design as designers on films. We currently have a graduate who works as a designer at the Ice Cream Museum, and we have students who also work in the design and installation of retail spaces and restaurant spaces. We've had students who have gone on to do more fine arts-based practice and performance art. We've had students who work in council, in the urban design and urban planning teams. It's really driven by whatever their interests are, and I think that what makes spatial design important and looking forward to the future is that our graduates will go on to imagine and create the spaces that we live in, and they have the opportunity to make those spaces inclusive and accessible to all people, and to reflect values of kindness and community. And so we really look to equip graduates with a critical understanding and a curious approach to the world so that they can make spaces that are really beneficial for the communities that they serve.